I'm going to show you how you can set up DNS Conditional Forwarders within an Active Directory network. So to start, I'm logged onto my primary domain controller, and within Server Manager, if we come to Tools and then DNS, we can open up our DNS Manager. Now before we create a conditional forwarder, we just need to quickly understand how DNS queries work within our DNS Manager. So if I send a DNS query to our DNS server, it will check these forward lookup zones for any matches. If there are no matches within this forward lookup zone, it goes to these forwarders and then sends the query here for it to try and resolve the DNS name to an IP address. So if I quickly open up a terminal and then ping my website, we'll see that it has resolved the domain name to this IP address. Now the way it's done that is it's looked in the forward lookup zones. That zone doesn't exist, so it's went to the forwarders and then checked there. Now the way these forwarders work is that any query that doesn't match these forward lookup zones gets sent to one of these addresses. However, let's say we've got a specific domain that we want to point to a specific DNS server and not the global forwarders. We can do that using conditional forwarders. So if we come to conditional forwarders and then right click a new conditional forwarder, we can specify a domain name and then we can tell it where we want to send those DNS queries. So in this example, I'm going to send this to a DNS server that I've set up. You may get a resolve error. That's fine as long as you can actually reach this DNS server. My DNS server doesn't respond to these checks, so it comes back with an error, but it does still work. As this is an Active Directory domain, we'll store the forwarder within Active Directory, and then we'll replicate it to all DNS servers within the domain, and then press OK. So now, any query from my website will get picked up by this lookup zone, and instead of being sent to the global forwarders, it's being sent to this DNS server. Now, as we've made this change, if we right-click the domain controller and just clear the cache, and then do an ipconfig/flush DNS, and then if I ping the same domain again, we'll see that now instead of it resolving to a 104.21.51.174, it now resolves to 10.20.30.40. And the reason it's done that is because instead of it sending the query to the public internet and resolving it there, or on this DNS server, it sent it to 10.0.0.254, which is my gateway, and I've just put a static override in, which tells it to resolve this DNS name to this IP address. So we can see that this is actually working, and it's sending the queries for this domain to this other DNS server. And if we just do a standard ping Google, that still responds correctly. Now the main reason I use conditional forwarders is when we purchase another company and then we connect our Active Directory domains. Initially, you're not going to want to mess around with DNS. So what I do is just create a conditional forwarder and then point it to their local Active Directory domain, as it won't resolve by default because it's generally an internal domain and it's not internet facing on their end. So if I, as an example, do company2.local, which could be their internal Active Directory domain name, and then resolve it to one of their DNS servers on their network over a site-to-site VPN connection, for example, what we can do is then send queries for their local domain so we can access their local resources via domain names, and it's just sending the query over the link and then resolving it on their DNS server rather than the public internet. So if I want to access now their web app .company2.local, I'll do a ping rather, and it resolves to an IP address on their network rather than just failing to resolve because it doesn't exist on the public internet, because .local is not a valid internet fully qualified domain name. So that is how you can set up conditional forwarders within your DNS manager to route specific domains to specific DNS servers.